Hey everyone, Jad here. This week on Teamfight Breakdown, we're covering the first meeting between China and Korea from the 2016 Midseason Invitational Group Stage. Royal Never Give Up finished the group stage in first place, and they did so on the back of their fantastic team fighting. The final team fight of RNG's first meeting with SKT was particularly exciting, as SKT looked as if they'd battled back from a huge deficit, only to be outfought by RNG in the final battle. At 59 minutes into the game, SKT had put up an amazing defense, stalling the game to the point where items were equalized across both teams. They did this by constantly disengaging and never putting themselves in a position to be trapped by RNG. Looking at the team compositions, RNG have three large damage threats in Xiaohu's LeBlanc, Wush's Jin, and MLXG's aggressively itemized Jungle Graves. SKT, on the other hand, have two large damage threats in Faker's Azir and Bang's Lucian. Also, because RNG have Looper's Maokai and Mata's Alistar, who bring more CC than Duke's Poppy and Wolf's Tom Kench, they hold a slight advantage in full 5v5 teamfights. In this fight, SKT are taking their biggest risk of the game. They're already down 2 inhibitor turrets and can't afford to give up the 5th dragon to RNG. Yet, since SKT are on blue side, taking dragon cuts off their retreat to their base, making a disengage after taking dragon more difficult. Let's get into it. 8 seconds before the dragon spawns, SKT and RNG are already jockeying for position, and Wush's Jin channels his curtain call for a soft initiation onto SKT. Wush lands slowing bullets onto Faker's Azir, who's trying to land poke onto Mata's Alistar. When the 4th bullet from Jin connects against Faker, Mata's Alistar decides it's time to go, and he flashes in. At the last moment, Wolf's Tom Kench devours Faker's Azir, saving him from Mata's Pulverize. Once again, SKT is trying to disengage. RNG is persistent though, and stay close to Wolf's Tom Kench while waiting for Faker's Azir to reappear on the map. As soon as he does, Looper's Maokai twisted advances onto Faker and looks to continue the fight. Faker's ready for it though, and uses yet another disengage, this time his own Emperor's Divide, to push Looper away from SKT. Then, Duke's Poppy uses his Keeper's Verdict to knock Looper even further away. This is key though, as SKT have used their 2 best forms of disengage, Emperor's Divide and Keeper's Verdict, and haven't even taken the dragon yet. This means that if RNG can land another initiation, SKT won't have any way to escape. As SKT move further into the river to secure dragon, Xiaohu's LeBlanc sets up a flank. SKT get the dragon, but based on the positioning of RNG, the only way out is for SKT to fight their way through. As SKT try to move towards the 4 members of RNG, Xiaohu distracts them in the back with an assassination attempt onto Faker's Azir. Xiaohu uses his distortion, flashes forward, and forces Faker to Zhonya's as the LeBlanc burst would have nearly killed him. Since SKT can't initiate a fight while their main damage dealer is in stasis, they attempt to group up and defend Faker. Wolf's Tom Kench devours Faker's Azir as his Zhonya's expires, and SKT look for a safe place to go. Unfortunately for them, RNG have them covered from all angles. As Mata's Alistar goes in for another combo, Bang's Lucian makes a crucial mistake. Whether he was trying to dash away from Jin and Graves for safety, or whether he thought Mata was targeting him and was trying to dodge the Alistar combo, Bang dashes straight into Mata's Pulverize that wasn't even meant for him. And this is the break that RNG were waiting for. Wush's Jin and MLXG's Graves immediately burst down Bang's Lucian and eliminate him from the fight. From there, Faker's Azir is SKT's last threat, and he desperately tries to land damage on the grouped up members of RNG. He attempts a shift onto Xiaohu's LeBlanc, but Xiaohu distorts backwards to avoid the Azir damage, and Faker dies to yet another auto attack from Wush's Jin. With the kill onto Faker, the damage threats from SKT are gone. RNG then run down the remaining members of SKT, eventually picking up a 5-for-1 ace. Looking back, RNG forced SKT into a series of unfavorable decisions. SKT didn't want to give up aspect of the dragon with 2 exposed inhibitors, so they took the risk of positioning around dragon. RNG then managed to burn SKT's 2 best disengage spells before the dragon even went down. But the key moments of the fight for RNG were when Xiaohu's LeBlanc forced Faker's Azir to use his Zhonya's Hourglass, giving time for the rest of RNG to close in around SKT, and also Bang's Lucian getting caught in Mata's Pulverize, allowing RNG to burst him down. With the teamfight win, Royal Never Give Up took down SK Telecom T1 and went on to storm their way to an 8-2 group stage record, which was enough for them to lock down the #1 seed heading into the MSI 2016 knockout stage.